Welcome back on my channel to another hobby presentation. While I produce some nice sparks in the background, I want to explain what this video is all about. I love campfires and open flames, and I love making fire in a broad variety of ways. Here, for example, is my bow drill set with which I can produce some nice embers to produce a fire for baking stick bread, for example. When I come home from my work, I love to make tea on the fire. So this is my solo stove, which I presented in my stove and fuel overview on this channel. But I also have a fire bowl in my garden, where I do a lot of different fires, and some I want to show you in this video. Here, for example, I am feeding sticks to a Bushcraft Essentials Bushbox LF, just for fun, with my daughter in the background. Ja.
En dansdoosjes. En superdoosjes.
The same bushbox can be used to produce an easy Scandinavian candle, which draws air really well. But I also experiment with other fires. Here you see an upside down fire, where the fire is lit from the top and ignites the layers and larger logs one layer after the other. This fire can burn a long time and without maintenance, but where's the fun in that? So I always like to mix the hobby up with different ignition methods, with different type of woods and different fire build-ups, but often with a tea. Here you see, for example, a nice burning tippy fire. I do fires even in snow or light rain. Fire is very relaxing for me. I like to look in the flames and let the thoughts wander. In the winter, the fire often are bigger and larger to spend some cozy warmth. Most of the time I get them to burn really well and without much smoke. I like that part the most, when you have just ignited the flame and the fire is small and slowly takes off. This really gives me joy. This upside down fire, I tried to start with small sticks and some straw, because I wanted to be ready to start a fire with a material that is available outdoors when you are traveling. At the third try, the fire quenched quite nicely. You can see the sticks on the first layer of wood taken off right now. So the fire is growing in size, and that all without touching it after lighting. This fire burned really nicely and for a very long time, and I sat in the garden and just enjoyed the view and followed the flames and how they are growing into the wood. And here is another tipi fire, but this time ignited with also straw. After giving it some oxygen, it started really lovely. Also, the wood was crackling with some moisture. Isn't this a lovely sight? This fire burned really well, as most of my tipi fires. So the tipi form is really a good form to make a nice fire, because the oxygen can enter the flame from the bottom and get into the fire. So here it is really roaring, and you can see how the flame gets oxygen from the bottom. And it really burns down quite nicely. Now I want to show some more experimental fires I did. This, for example, is a Dakota fire hole, with which I experimented quite some time. The air gets sucked in through the right hole, and there is a way underground to the other hole, so that the fire gets oxygen and burns really nicely. You can also really well cook on this type of fire. And here I was in the garden to cook some tea on a Swedish candle with a log and quarter. This is a star fire that was often used with bigger logs in the White West. You just push the branches to the middle from time to time to keep the fire going after you started it in the middle to get some embers. And here's an easy way how they made their tea in the Wild West. The water will boil even when you set it just aside of the fire. But beware, the mug gets really hot. After some time, the star was really burning on its own, and I could just push the logs more in. And here I present you some more fires. This here is an alcohol stove, the Trunkia. Some type of log cabin fire. An even bigger log cabin fire. So thank you for watching. Have fun and enjoy your fires. Bye.